Hey everybody, Unstable Gamer here, and welcome back to Looney Tunes World of Mayhem. In this video, I'm going to talk about the top 5 concerns that I have for the game right now, and just through some conversations I've had with some players and things, I felt it was time to maybe provide some feedback, and would be very interested in your thoughts on this as well. But first, before we jump into that, if you're just now finding this channel and you want to stay up to date with this and other games, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out. All right, and welcome back. Just a quick reminder, all the links to my social media are in the description below, so definitely check that out. Also, just another reminder, I have my second channel for Marvel Future Revolution. If you are interested in that game, you want to see what it's all about, and you want to follow that game, go ahead and take a look at that second channel. It is listed at the top of my main channel, so you can get to pretty easy. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the top 5 concerns I have about the game. And it really came about because I've had some conversations with people who are feeling that the game is getting a bit stale, a bit repetitive, maybe even tedious at times. So I just kind of wanted to take a look and get your guys' feedback as well, because I think kind of talking about these things and the developers and everybody kind of seeing what people think about what the current state of the game, I think is important. So let's first talk about the towers. The towers, really there's 2 issues I have with the towers right now. Number 1 is the time that the towers are out are not long enough. The 3 days, and then it's tower after tower after tower after tower. I think there needs to be a little bit of a break there, and maybe each tower going, instead of 3 days, maybe a week, or if it's going to stick with 3 days, give a day or 2 off and then go into that next tower. That's just my thoughts on that. I think the towers are fun. I think there just needs to be a little break there, or give us a little bit more time to climb up that tower, because it really feels like by keeping that constraint there on 3 days, it's forcing people that if they want to continue to do well in that tower and in that event, then they need to start spending gems, which means they need to start spending money. And I'm okay with the game needing to make money, but I have a concern when it's really the only way to get there to really do well in the tournaments. So I don't think a week really is asking too much. I think a week, then you give the weekend off, and then you go for another week. Just kind of gives that little break in repetition and just a little bit more time, especially for the free-to-play players. The other concern I have is with that event. So since it went to an alliance tournament, I'm not really a fan of that. I prefer it to be the individual tournament. I think most towers that I've seen in other games really keep it at the individual level, or at least maybe do kind of a 2-part thing. You know, you have an individual tournament or goals that you're trying to hit as you're going through that tower, but then make the alliance event a secondary type event there. I don't know. I'm not a fan of it being your progress through that tournament being specific to or relying on your entire alliance to go ahead and do well in there. So I prefer the individual event there. Next is R&D. R&D has become a bit stale. It's the same thing over and over and over and over. I think everybody's figured out. I think the initial thought around our R&D is great. However, everybody's figured out the puzzles. And that's really what it is. It's kind of a puzzle mold to figure out what the best team is going to be. You got conditions that you have to meet in order to clear Insane, which I think something changed with me on this one, but because typically I can clear that Insane. But it's the same thing over and over. So we need, I think some life needs to be breathed into it, or scrap R&D and bring something new in. But I think we need something new here. I like that we get the vials in here that we have the store for, that helps us with continuing to progress our roster, which is great. I just think something new needs to be done with R&D. All right, so that's 2. The next one is going to be Lucky Saloon. I haven't hidden my thoughts or my feelings on Lucky Saloon. I don't think it's a good game mode. Again, it's forcing you to spend gems, which then forces you to spend money if you really want to do well in it. The rewards don't justify the risk in this, so I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I think it's a poor game mode. I think if you did something with the Lucky Saloon, maybe make it Make it where you're playing an actual card game, and how well you do in that card game will allow you to get better and better rewards. But the rewards need to be beefed up. I think the oops and then losing absolutely everything. You should be able to keep everything that you've earned so far, I feel, if you pull that oops card, right? That bust card. So it's not a great mode. The rewards aren't great. They did put it in as a daily quest as well, and you get a little bit of reward from there, but again, it's really not worth the time. And I mean, it doesn't take long. People are autoing it as well. It's just something new, something different needs to happen there. Next is going to be Arena. So my concern with Arena, so I have always loved Arena. I like old school Arena. When Arena first came out and you have the different themes and stuff like that, I liked that. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. And then a whole lot of changes and things started happening with Arena. I'm okay with where Arena is now, except for the fact now that it seems to have gone more towards, again, pay to win. The more gems and the more money that you spend on that on the game, then the better you're going to do, because you only get 3 attempts per day. You can purchase additional attempts by using gems, but before you had your attempts per day and then that was it. You could not purchase additional attempts. And I think for the whales and everybody who enjoys that, and you're going to throw money at the game, great, have fun with that. But I don't like that direction. I don't. It just makes it. It doesn't make it very fun. Plus, when you take a look at the rewards so far, even the new rewards are a little bit lacking. You know, so we do have a new store. You have some stuff in there. The new store is okay. It's not a fantastic game mode right now. I like the changes with the leagues. That's cool. The matchups are going to be a little funky for a few days because it is new and it's a new ELO matchmaking system. So that's kind of got to all go through the motions to better match people up. But I really don't. I guess really what it comes down to is I really don't like the pay-to-win aspect of the arena. So I think something new needs to happen there. Bring the themed arenas back. That was a lot of fun. That was a blast. I enjoyed that. And the next really is, we don't have a new game mode. We know we have some stuff coming. We have gadgets coming. Something was hinted towards boss fights. But I think we need something new in the game because we have not had a new game mode. I know Arena has taken up a lot of time to kind of get that where it needs to be. I know, again, they're working on the gadgets and stuff. We're supposed to be getting save teams. All these little things here, but really what we need, I think what the game needs, or what I feel it needs, is a new game mode, something new, because the combat and everything is the same day after day. Even if we have a new type of combat system or gameplay style to kind of break it up a little bit, like a little mini game, like I was saying with Lucky Saloon, maybe make it a solitaire game, and the better you do in that solitaire game gives you better and better rewards. It's just kind of cool to see maybe a few different gameplay variations within the game. There's another game that I play that has really done some innovative stuff when it comes to gameplay in gacha games, because I think with gacha games in general, the gameplay is going to get stale after a while anyway. I think it's just kind of the nature of the game. So you have to do some things to keep things fresh, to keep people excited, more than just new characters. It's not just the characters that keep people interested in the game, right? It's the gameplay. Is it exciting? Is there variety there? And this one game that I'm playing, one of the events, you got to kind of, you have these strings and you kind of gotta, and they're crossing each other, and you have to uncross everything so these strings or these lines don't cross each other. And the quicker you do it, the better rewards you get. So it's just kind of an interesting game mode. You're not fighting or anything like you would in every other aspect of that game. It's just a different event type, which I think is cool. There's also another event where you're kind of climbing a ladder, and as you climb the ladder, you get better and better rewards. So like if you've got like two rows of battles, you can do any, and there's 4 battles on that bottom row. You can do any one of those battles. The further to one side you go, the easier the battles get. But as you climb that, the further to the left that you stay, and as you go up that that ranking, you get all the rewards underneath that as well, which I think is pretty cool. That's something I've not seen in a gacha game before either. So there are some things that gacha games and these turn-based RPG games can do to try and keep things exciting and fresh, and I think this game kind of needs that. All right, I think I'm rambling on. Those are my top 5 concerns about the game, and the top 5 areas that I feel that need some love. Needs some love to draw us back in, because it is a beloved IP. Awesome characters. The artwork is great. The devs, the CMs, they've all been great. We just need we need to breathe some life, I think, into it. I'm very curious about your thoughts on this. What would you like to see in this game? And if you are starting to feel a little bit like it's a little bit of a chore getting into the game, what would kind of to refresh and make you excited about the game again? I'd really be curious to hear from you. I'd love to read your guys' feedback. All right, everybody, there you go. Those are my thoughts. That's what I had for you. As always, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch the video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Take care, everybody, and we'll talk to you next time.